You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Gene. Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AFTERBUZZ TV's Hollywood Hillbillies After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Hollywood Hillbillies After Show.
Hollywood Hillbillies, Season 2. We are back. We have them all. Be very afraid. Be very, very afraid. I'm Ashley Daniels here with two of my favorite people, one being the star of Hollywood Hillbillies, David Weintraub, everyone.
I can't believe I'm here. We're back, all of us together.
Yeah.
It was too long.
Who are you again? What's your name?
Who am I?
Who are you?
Hello, team. I am Roxy Striar, and I'm so happy to be back discussing the first 2 episodes of this amazing, hilarious show.
It's not even like we couldn't just give you one.
We had to have 2.
You had to have 2.
I was going to freak out. When the first one ended, I was like, I don't know what to do.
You needed more right away, right?
And then there we went.
Yes.
Yeah. But you didn't know that because I didn't even realize till last week that we were doing 2 in the first week. So
No, I had no idea, and the show is so short.
I had to bless you with a little bit of extra schmaltz, as we say.
I think
Mema schmaltz.
we need every episode to be an hour long because this 22 minutes, I don't get enough of it. But I guess that's the point.
I recommend that you guys write like 10,000 letters to Reelz channel, and maybe they'll extend us to an extra hour.
Is this a challenge? Because I will take it.
It could. I mean, we actually we could write them on the
Dear Reelz.
postcards that we got now.
I love this. So they put the Southern in California. It's brilliant.
It really is.
It's really cute.
Oh
if
my
you guys
gosh.
are seeing this postcard, it's just like the most amazing picture of all time, other than the fact that my boy to the right is not in it. Where are you in
I know,
this?
where are you?
My
I'm
star
in
of
the
the
second
show.
part of the
I know where he
rollout,
is. He's in the
guess.
ice cooler, and they're sitting on. Mema's sitting on you.
Yeah, Mema's like, put David in the box.
Shut up, David.
That's where David belongs. Stay in the box. Like, see, my personality is so big that they couldn't have me in there. They had to keep me confined in a little box.
They
Make
really
sure-
pick on you.
Make sure.
You must be a very confident person because they keep picking on you, and
Yeah.
you're so
They're so
nice.
mean. They're so mean. They're so mean.
Do you cry at night because of it?
Well, I mean, I go home
Tears
and
on
I
your pillow.
cry tears of shame, but you know, when you're used to doing that, it's not really a big deal at the end of the night. You
Yeah.
know?
You know it's out of love.
Yeah, of
They
course.
clearly love you so much, but Mema, she really does pick on you.
She goes hard. She,
Yep.
and by the way, you guys, like, whoever saw tonight, I mean, tonight is just a taste of where this goes, because this season, different than the first season, I mean, we go into some crazy environments, 10 times crazier than you saw last time.
Yeah.
And when you put people that are not used to being in that type of environment, and I'm not going to reveal everything just yet,
Why not?
people get like it's almost like going to war. Like, you're gonna see the hillbillies in environments that you could never even fathom.
I believe you because I did not think that you could top, honestly, that first season. There was just so much. It was so funny all the time. And then to see these 2 episodes, which we'll obviously get into, but to see how comical, I mean, the car, the corn in the cob, there's just it was just so much, and it really was a good surprise.
Ashley,
I was like, they're back.
Ashley, that's just an average day for hillbilly.
I know.
Corn on the cob.
I know.
Cars.
Michael, where are you? We want you
Where's
here.
the moo-moo? Where's my moo-moo? It's still not back in
You're owed a
season 1.
moo-moo. You're
I
owed
know.
one.
Here's what I have
know.
to say, though, about season 1 versus season 2. So I love that season 1 hit us with this raw, pure humor. It was hysterical, the situation, them moving out here. But now what I'm really enjoying about season 2, in the first 2 episodes at least, is we're getting to a little bit of a deeper level. We're learning more
very deep.
about... No, there's
like a deep...
I'm not even
It's a shallow,
I
deep
know.
pool.
I'm
you're
not even
right.
kidding. I'm not even kidding. Like, it's a hysterical thing, of course, and 90% of the episode, I'm laughing out loud, but we are learning more about Michael's history and the hardships he's been through, which makes the humor so much more inspiring to me. I know that I'm making an inspiring thing about this hilarious show, which some people would just look at, but I think it's amazing. I think it's amazing what he's done and what he's overcome. I just think he's a rock star.
I don't think people realize, you know, the root of all the traumatic stuff that this family's actually been through. They've been through a lot of stuff, which is why it almost makes it so much more incredible that they've come this far, because now they're able to really enjoy it from where they were. I mean, they've had a lot of loss in this family, so when they get to win, it's a very proud moment. And that's something that you're going to see. You know, part of this season is about Operation Pay Off Mema's House.
That's what I was just thinking when you said that. It's yes.
So
it gives us a goal. It gives us a
we gotta pay off Mema's house. And in Mema's house, Mema also has a lot of dogs, so we have to also pay for all the dog situations. You can never forget about the dogs.
Never.
Ever.
Never.
So
and I think we should get her a grill for outside instead of that crate that she was using or that cart.
I bet you the food is so good on that though, because it's like really that charcoal-y type of barbecue.
It's like once you have, tainted metal burnt into your burger, there's something that just it tastes
I don't
when
know
it hits your mouth, it just tastes so good.
It looked good. It looked good. I honestly, and your food looked amazing.
Magic
Those
of
matzo
television.
balls.
Oh, yeah.
Oh God.
Oh, we'll get
Well, everybody
there.
knows I got a good matzo ball, so
I love my
Your
balls.
balls, David and his balls. I'll tell you. You know.
I always
Matzo ball.
I have to give you the shout out always, even though you're not part of the tribe. You meeting Barbara Streisand really works in your favor to
And you
being
look
at the next
Jewish.
Passover.
Listen, I do look Jewish, and
You talk Jewish.
I talk Jewish. I'm like, I'm schwitzing over here. You know, I mean, whatever.
Oy vey.
Oh, oy vey. I have always wanted to be Jewish, and then when I moved to California, I especially wanted to be Jewish. But yes, meeting Barbara Streisand was kind of like that moment where I felt like she gave me a little bit of like her Jewishness.
Which is why we're coming to the next Seder.
And then my best friend is Jewish,
Yes.
which also helps.
Yeah.
Right, a little bit?
Yep. So we're coming.
Yeah.
We got to
We're
join
all
the
good.
Seder fun.
We're doing it.
We're all good. You saw I mean, we'll get into it, but you saw that we were very welcoming.
I was really, really pleasantly surprised with
Welcoming.
that.
Yeah, of course.
Surprised isn't even the right word, because you seem like a very welcoming person, but that your family was so like that too.
Yeah.
It was really nice to see you guys accept them into your holiday.
Yeah.
It's a little different, but it's like inviting somebody over for a Christmas dinner or whatever it is at your religion.
Well, and I mean, the thing is about Passover too is Passover is a very serious subject in the Jewish religion. Like you're dealing with a lot of crazy issues of slavery and stuff that went on. So it's you actually have to take it kind of serious. And you're watching the Seder very sped up in this, but they made it through the whole thing.
Oh yeah, you have to go. I remember being a little kid sitting through that. It takes like 2 hours, and you're reading the book, and you're learning all these stories, and then one day you just kind of learn to appreciate it.
Yeah.
But I felt like I could see them kind of be intrigued with the stories that they're in.
It's kind of like working in the entertainment business, because you have to hurry up and wait. So you sit down and you're waiting and waiting.
Yeah, you get a bite of
and then
this.
you're like a bite here, a bite there, a bite, and then finally all the food comes out.
Well, not to go back to balls again, but I have to say, it's kind of interesting because I am Italian, and we crowd around meatballs.
Meatballs, of course.
And you guys crowd around
flock to
matzo
the
balls.
matzo balls.
Yeah.
So balls really bring us all together.
I think
It's
that's
so
the point
true.
of the show.
I feel
So
like
true.
balls plus balls equals family.
Yeah, I'm actually
Balls
really with you.
are really the root of all family. I mean,
They
if you
really
know
are.
that if you
They
don't have
really
balls,
are.
they don't become family.
That's true, and you
Although-
can't actually create people without balls.
That's true.
The other
So-
thing
True.
we need is the squirt
To
of
get
the
really deep.
pancakes or of Mema's ex.
Oh my
so
God!
if we
Let's
take
get
the balls
into
with the
that.
squirt-
Can we
What if we
start one
wrap the
thing?
balls in the pancakes? Okay, let's get into it. All right.
Let's talk about one
then
thing.
it's not great.
Just to kick this off, where the hell do we get an automatic pancake machine?
Yeah, why don't we have
Because
one
I
of
looked
those?
it up online. It was $4,500.
You know what I think that? Oh, really?
Yes.
Really?
It's
I
an
was gonna say,
investment.
what if that was a dough maker? Do you ever see the dough when they're making dough? They have it. They pass it through 2 different times.
Yeah.
They
What
may
are
have
you?
been putting.
Are you a baker all of a sudden?
You know what? Maybe I am.
Who's sitting over
Who
here?
do you? You don't know me.
You don't know.
You don't know me. No, I think that it was like a dough maker, and they put the pancake mix in there.
No, there is an actual. I mean,
But would this
maybe
place
they
really
could bring it
have-
up online and we can show it.
The
Yeah.
motel was worth $5,000. You're
the
saying
mo-
their pancake maker was also worth that?
The motel had automatic pancake maker.
The
Okay.
5-star motel.
$4,000
stars.
machine.
All right, I believe you. All right.
Well, I want you to know, even though I wasn't responsible for the motel side of things, I always make sure they stay in nice motels.
It was
So
a nice motel.
A nice-
Would you
like
stay
a-
there?
No, but
Bringing this back from last season, so right now I think you owe us the automatic pancake maker, and you
moo-moo.
also
A
owe us
moo-moo.
a moo-moo. You owe us the bacon wrap things that look like flowers.
bacon wrap
look at-
And you
flowers.
also owe us what was the corn ball thing that we didn't know what it was? It was a corn nut.
Oh, the
nut?
corn.
corn nuts.
Yes,
nuts.
corn nuts.
Corn nuts.
You
Yeah.
owe
Are you
us a
just
lot
gonna
of things.
give us IOUs until then, or how's this working out? I
You know
feel a
what?
little
Kevin
bit.
and Maria and I are going to work this out.
Okay.
And we'll let you guys know
All
right, I
exactly
appreciate that.
how
Will
we're
you
going to
email
make it
us?
All right,
work.
what are we looking at right now?
I don't know.
No, what are these pancake
you gotta go automatic pancake machine. And it
Sounds like a person.
Go to images, automatic pancake maker.
And we're watching magic happen right now.
Oh my God, we're Googling.
Okay.
No, it's for industrial.
Okay, I think we're gonna have to do our research outside of here.
Okay.
That will come in at another time.
So you know what? If you find it though, we'll stop. Let's get into the first episode though.
Tweet AFTERBUZZ photos of automatic pancake makers and Mema's
We
head.
could just go to this 5-star motel, which has a really nice pool that
Right
we
down the
lay out
street,
at.
I think. I know.
It is.
It's actually right down the street, so let's go.
But in all
Right next to
seriousness,
Asylum Entertainment.
Wait, so David, can you talk to us about the fact? So they're homeless. They are at this point.
When the show ended, Ray J and I went on tour.
Right.
He had to do a 15-city tour. We left. I was
How
like,
was the tour?
The tour was great.
Good.
Okay, he knocked out a bunch of shows. We had a great
Knockout.
time. Knockout, believe it. He hit it. He hit it first. And then we get back. And it's Passover, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And they were homeless. They lost the house. They didn't tell me, and I should have known because I made the deal for the first house, but I didn't think that it was going to be that quickly that they had to get out of there.
But how are you thinking that they were paying for this house? Though I mean,
well, no,
Michael...
we covered. We made an arrangement to cover the first 6 months of the house.
Okay.
And then it came down to them continuing. It was kind of expensive.
Right.
So
as many houses in Hollywood
and
are.
in Hollywood,
in your
it
house,
is expensive.
which was amazing.
Yeah, it was a nice house. So it just came down to, figuring it out. But I didn't know that it happened that quickly. So when I got back, I was really blindsided with the fact that they were now in a motel. Mm-hmm.
But then your mom.
My mom.
Well, let's save that because that's the end part. Because I want you to especially
rushing.
talk about that because she loves Dee Dee. I mean, I love Dee Dee too, but you have a sick love for Dee Dee.
Who doesn't love Dee Dee?
You love Dee Dee the way Dee Dee loves the Partridge Family and the way she loves.
Or any of these actors
Yes.
or old. Oh
Yes.
my God, I love Dee Dee. I think she's the most
I would hang out
honest
with her.
person on TV.
I would watch Nick at Night with her for hours if she and I were gonna hang out.
Oh my
Yes.
God,
She would totally
we're
do
doing
it.
it. We're
She has
bringing her
a
in
lot
here.
of information.
I bet.
Listen, that's the one thing we have to say. Everybody will be at AFTERBUZZ.
Yes, we are
this year
bringing them all
because
in.
they're in LA and we're all gonna be in here.
I'm gonna
we're
hold
gonna
you
do
to that.
We're gonna do a kind of person by person, so
Okay.
everybody gets their own little moment with
right.
us.
Yeah, we can't bring them all in together. We wouldn't be able to say anything.
No,
That's true.
No,
That's true.
All you hear is would be people yelling and like corn nuts and hot dogs being eaten everywhere.
Exactly.
All right, I'm
loud.
gonna reel it in for a second. I want to get to. So we talked about the 5-star hotel, but I do want to talk about. So first of all, you have a new office.
Yes.
Gorgeous.
Thank you.
So now, how far is that from your old office?
We're in the same area.
Okay.
We're not too far. We're about a mile away. But we Too Short and I actually built a building.
Oh.
And that's our
Of course you did.
our new
Man of
space.
many talents.
This is not just a
Made it of
management
wood.
not just a management office. It's a recording studio. It's a podcast studio. It's a photography studio. It's
awesome.
everything all in one. It's really a full artist development center. So we wanted to put Magic Gate, which is Too Short's company, and we wanted to put DWE Talent under one building. So a lot of the clients a lot of the projects we're working on can all cross pollinate together.
Got it.
And it's nice. So we have this. We got this big, beautiful building that we got from actually Will Smith. We got it from him.
Oh,
And,
who's that? Actually,
Yeah.
I never heard of him.
Never heard, yeah.
Oh, okay. So you upgraded the office. Did
We
you,
upgraded.
true or false, upgrade your assistant's boobs?
No,
Yes.
absolutely
So
not.
it was false.
That was false.
Although
That was
I will say
Mema's-
she's
that
very
was
beautiful.
Mema's-
lady.
I was gonna say they looked really good though.
Mema's own, own thinking.
Okay, all right, well-
she came with those boobs. Okay,
Oh,
she
came for
her.
when she was hired, she already had them. All right.
Good for her. See,
And,
they
and, I,
looked
and, I have,
great.
and I have to say, she's a very good assistant, regardless of whatever people may think of
we
her. or
saw her
whatever.
last season.
Yeah,
a
she
little
was on a
bit,
few,
in the
yeah.
leopard or whatever.
Yeah.
Mima's always commenting on
Michael
her.
had a crush on her, right? No, he had a crush on the one with the red hair.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think he's had many crushes.
I'm sure he has.
He crushes all over
But you
the
had a
place.
great office, and then we obviously see the rapping. We see us talking.
And we're not
rapping
talking about
thing.
wrapping presents here.
Well,
we're
no,
talking about.
no. I mean, there's first of all the demo single that you play.
Yes.
You play a little bit of that.
Well, remember, I don't know if you remember, but at the end of season 1, he had recorded it. So this was the
Right.
final mix
Yes.
that track D and our music team did. So we were kind of playing him, kind of where it stood, just so everybody could get a sense of what his talent level can be.
But I was a
And-
little confused by the fact that Michael seemed to not like the beat. Or
Right.
he said something about. He said, "I don't know how I feel about it because I don't know how I feel about the beat."
He did like that song. I don't know if that's the way that it was just presented,
presented, yeah.
but I know that he did like it. He had some doubts about it. We had some doubts about it, but at the end of the day, you know, we liked the up part, but we didn't like the down part.
Right.
As Mema would say.
He was like, oh, but
Which part did you like? The down. Yeah, totally.
he's like,
We
do you
loved
want
up.
it to be like I hit it first? I don't understand. He's like,
Oh,
you're
wow.
like, no, I
No,
want it
no,
to
You're
be
no,
not hearing
no.
me.
No.
No, I mean
I hit it
the
second?
thing is that
I wish
he
I
needs
could
to figure out his own artistry,
Right.
and through this season you're gonna actually see him emerge as a real artist, much differently than kind of this
As a Reelz artist?
bumbling. You know, he was a little bumbling and kind of trying to figure it out in the first season. Like he actually like mans up.
What does that
Ship up
mean?
or
He
ship-
mans up. I
It
mean,
means he pulls his shirt open and there's a hairy chest
Oh,
and
I
he's a
wanna see
manly
this chest
red-headed
in
man.
person.
No.
Let's see.
No, he just
I don't
it's
believe
it's
it.
a
Gotta
coming
see it
of
from him.
it's a coming of age. And I think that, you know, under the supervision of myself and Ray and Short and some other people that you're going to see, Evan Bogart, who you see later in the season, you know, he learns a lot about the game and how to navigate the game.
Right.
yeah, I think that it's really interesting when we look at last season and you're trying to advise him, here's what you wear, here's how you act. You can't hug people when you first meet them.
Very
all of that.
so true.
Who
now-
hugs somebody that you don't know? Like,
Yeah.
I'm
I
like,
do. I hug everyone.
I know,
You're a
but
woman,
it's
though.
a
It's a
woman,
little-
like,
I'm a
like,
woman?
like a redheaded ginger man trying to hug, you know, a rapper on his first meet is a little awkward.
It is.
Yeah,
It's
I know. Yeah,
Because it's
yeah,
not
yeah.
even that. It's like I look
Some
like
people can get away with it.
I look like the cuckoo bird that's bringing in the
Yeah,
hugging
yeah,
guy.
yeah.
right?
Yeah,
You know, it's like-
exactly. He goes to
it's
all
like,
these
who's
big
the
shot
hugger?
producers and he's like leaping into their
Yeah.
I
arms.
think they like that about him though too. I kind of feel like,
But I think
in a sense, like, cause he's kind of like silly and like you just, if you watch the show and you would see him hug you, you wouldn't think he's weird. If you never met him, I would think.
No,
you
no,
know,
no. But in
yeah.
a business meeting, in a
In a
business
business meeting,
setting,
okay,
you shake
fine.
hands.
I don't know.
You know,
Fine.
You know.
No, I'm just saying
Fine.
from
Look,
that season to this
I hug.
season.
I'm
Don't
a
hug the
hugger.
wall.
I,
Hug the
well, I'll be right back.
From that season to this season, I think that he has matured a lot, and
Yeah.
we're seeing him interact with these rappers and these producers, and he's really holding his own.
Yeah.
So that's got to be a little bit of this guy.
Hey.
A little
Hey,
bit.
you
I
do
mean,
what
Big
you
guy,
can.
the big guy in
Yeah.
the corner.
Yeah.
And then all the like real raunchy stuff. That's Ray J.
Yeah,
He did
yeah,
all that.
right.
So.
I'm sure. Mixing him and
I
Too
only
Short.
take credit for like the nice, good. You know, we go to Passover together. That's what we
Oh
do.
yeah, that's all you do.
That's all we do.
And what about when you take them to Vegas? You try to get them to see girls.
You know, they're just dancers. Like, I mean, who's it?
You know what?
Nothing wrong with
I
that.
think
Nothing
it's-
wrong with a dancer.
Right, and I think Judy raised you very well, and I'd like
Thank
to
you.
give a hello and a shout out to Judy Weintraub because
Baruch Hashem, Mom. Hello.
what
How
he
are
said-
you
what
from
he
the
said.
girls? Happy Passover. Thank you for being in the episode.
you're awesome, and your matzo balls looked amazing. I'm just saying. Bring one here. All right, I loved her. I thought your whole family
Well,
was
thank
so
you.
and
Thank
just
you.
you know it's cool to see how people. Not to say that everybody is kind of a product of their environment, but they kind of are in a sense. And you had
Yeah.
a good family, so that's why I think that.
Well, I'm
you know-
adopted.
Oh,
Now it makes
that
sense.
explains a couple things I was
what
wondering.
I'm
So if you were
Thanks.
ever wondering what
I
was
was
going
actually.
on.
I was just trying to.
Yeah,
you
I mean
know,
it's weird because I
acquire it.
come from like doctors and lawyers and like that whole world,
Right,
and
so
I'm
not
like,
Jewish
and I'm
of
like
you.
this, I'm like this rogue entertainment, you know.
Isn't everybody, almost everybody in the entertainment industry Jewish? Almost. I mean, I feel like most people are. I wouldn't be that out of touch with reality to do that with your
Yes.
family.
That might be true. However,
there goes my
most
microphone.
Jews are raised to be doctors, lawyers, bankers, whatever it is, stereotypically. So
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people in the entertainment industry are Jewish, but that's not what's like embedded in us when we're younger.
Right.
It's like,
Okay.
go
Right.
do this.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, I grew up with all these. My friends' parents were all these big moguls of the business, and that was what I saw and wanted to aspire to, which is why I went down the path that I went down.
Okay.
Was your mom supportive of that path? Because she seemed to be a very
Absolutely.
supportive
My
woman.
my mom opened up so many doors for me and allowed me to have such great education and freedom in my life to pursue my dreams.
Was she in the industry as well?
No, my mom is a professor and a psychotherapist, so she's in a
Oh,
whole
that's
different,
awesome.
She's in a whole different world.
So you could like go and open up to your mom and talk to her, and you could feel like you'll get legit advice.
Yeah, I mean, you know, she prefers just like to hit me with a stick, and then I
Right.
do what
We
she
have the
says,
wooden
but
spoon,
that's
similar,
okay.
yeah.
Did
Right.
you call her afterwards? Did you call her and say, "Okay, seriously, Mom, what did you think of these people?" Was this the first time she met them?
it was the first time that she met them in person. She had spoken to them on the phone prior to that.
Why?
So she's
Why did she?
because you know we're living through a lot together. We are a family, and you know we may be a very dysfunctional, crazy reality family, but we all care about each other, and you know my mom loves them a lot. You know.
Okay. So she called you after, and she said that was so nice to have them here.
Oh yeah, she had a ball.
Good.
Yeah, yeah.
And what did they say to you about
Well, my
your
uncle, they had to burn the carpets after they left. So that was like, no, I'm just kidding.
trip? Oh my God,
I'm
outrageous.
just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Was there
Did
any
we even
moment-
explain why this is? Have we?
To burn the carpet?
No.
Can we get into that? No.
Dee Dee tracked dog shit into the house when she get. No, I'm just kidding. No.
Don't you make fun of my girl Dee Dee like
Hey,
that.
hey,
No,
hey,
they go
hey.
way back.
I want some insider scoop here, though,
What?
because you were there. I want to talk
What?
about this
I'll tell
Passover
you.
Seder.
It was bananas. Can I
Was
tell
there
you?
ever a moment where you ever like this is a little embarrassing, like they don't know what they're taught, or were you ever?
Embarrassing was yesterday. Okay?
Right.
I don't think there's anything embarrassing happening.
Okay, good.
I'll tell you one thing that was interesting. It didn't
Yes.
make the cut. Is that Uncle Johnny, being that he's a jack of all trades with food and cars and everything, he came up with an interesting concoction, and it consisted of gefilte fish matzo balls and Tabasco sauce with crushed matzah mixed into a bowl.
I can't do the
Wait a
gefilte.
minute. Tabasco sauce and then.
Gefilte fish.
What's
It's just like
gefilte fish?
Jewish
It's
fish
like
that you
this-
can get in like a can.
No, it's like a ground up fish that's put into a patty.
Who gave him all these
it's not
ingredients? Was he just
good.
like, can I go through the cupboards for a minute? And he was like, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little dash of that.
He brought his own gefilte fish.
How
Actually,
was it? He did.
No, he didn't. No. They ate it, but they were all into. Oh, and the thing was, Michael went nuts with the food.
Really?
Michael was eating like a.
What do we have for dessert?
Well, you can't.
Yeah,
eat,
I know,
You can't
but
eat bread.
you gotta
so it's
have
all,
the matzah
It's all
cake.
matzah-based
Yeah,
cake.
okay.
Yeah,
That's
so.
so awesome.
Couple macaroons,
Oh,
you
of
know.
course,
Yeah.
of course. The
Who cooked?
macaroons.
One person just.
No, my mom and my aunt
Yeah.
and the president of Reelz.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Stan?
No, Stan.
Stan. Where's our matzo balls, Stan?
Oh, amazing.
Shout out to Stan Hubbard.
Stan the man.
We love
Well,
Stan.
let's just, speaking of Uncle Johnny, the car breaking down, what the heck? Who would ever think to put, was it liquid vitamins into
Yes.
the car?
Oh my
He's
God.
a genius. He doesn't even know it.
I really
Liquid
like that.
potassium goes far.
Wow.
And he
Yeah.
said, he was like, even a lot of mechanics don't know this trick. I'm like, you are really smart. That's another thing that always surprises me about this show. Like the fact that Dee Dee knows all these languages and Johnny can always fix everything.
Johnny's
I'm like,
in the bodega buying potassium.
These guys have skill sets
They have
that
their
you
own
would
TV
never
show.
expect
They're a
them
lot
to
smarter
have.
than we
Yeah.
may think.
No,
I mean, they're very smart.
Like seriously, for lack of better words, brilliant.
Yeah.
Like, that
No,
was a
really.
brilliant move. I mean, I
Who
would
knew
be
that Pepto-Bismol would fix a car? I had no idea that would really.
unbelievable.
Like,
No.
can't you drink that? Isn't that drink or is that?
Potassium.
How do you take it, in a shot or anally? How does it work?
I don't know. I think to each his own.
I mean, this car
really-
took
I
it
don't
in the
know.
trunk.
Yeah.
But
Hey, they like it in the trunk, if you know what I mean.
thank you, thank you.
But I thought it was really cool that Michael was kind of repeating everything and he was learning. And,
Yes.
and Johnny's like, I like that you're learning from me. And
Right.
he's teaching him.
He's becoming learned.
He's becoming learned. He's becoming a man.
But they still don't
A
trust
man
him to
with
put the
liquid
heat on in the
potassium.
car.
I'd like to
really.
make him a real man and give him a circumcision and a bar mitzvah. I don't know how that may
don't think he's
turn out.
circumcised?
I'm just kidding. I have no idea. There's certain levels, certain
That
parts
wasn't
of
in the
my
application
certain
for
parts of
Reelz?
my client list that I don't go into those details.
It's not one of the questions on the questionnaire.
It's personal and
not-
confidential, Roxy. You're gonna have to go
Fine.
in there for yourself
I'll
and find
ask.
out.
I don't care.
I just might. When Michael comes here, wait,
We'll
can
ask.
we go aside for a second?
Too
Purely scientific.
Take him in the
Based
movie
on
theater.
the liquid potassium, we'd like to know
Yes.
is. All right.
Okay.
So okay.
All right.
All right.
So the last part
Are we still
of
in
that,
episode 1?
We are.
Okay.
The last part of episode
Yes,
1 is
the house.
Gretchen Bonaducci. The whole thing with
Thanks
that.
to my
was,
mom?
Yes. So
My mom.
So
did your
this is
mom
a
have
family
any
friend?
idea that she was obsessed with Partridge Family?
No. And the thing
is so
was,
weird.
the thing that's crazy about this is that, my mom was really upset that they were homeless, and
I really was waiting for her to say, "There's a spare bedroom."
Oh God,
do it.
we'd need our own show for that one.
Yeah.
Another spin-off. So
Did you hear that?
So she really wanted to help figure this out. So my mom's known Gretchen for years, and
Who's gorgeous, by the way.
yeah, Gretchen's real cool. And
So is she doing it as a favor? Or?
Well, no, I mean we rented it, you know.
Okay.
So but we got it at a really good price, and we're more like caretaking.
Okay.
Yeah. So she was going away for a little bit, so they're gonna take care of the house.
Got it.
And
So
it's
the house
really, Yeah.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
It's
That movie
gorgeous.
theater.
I mean, really, and it's funny because sometimes you feel like how they would feel by watching it because, you know, you kind of put yourself in their shoes and you're just thinking like where they come from, and then all of a sudden it's just
Yeah,
so
you're in
natural.
a mansion, like in the
for-
Hollywood Hills.
of
like-
someone that you've probably watched a million times on TV, like, or, you know, the husband, but the ex-husband, but
It's surreal.
Danny.
It's
But it's just
completely
so
surreal.
cool,
Yeah.
so surreals.
It's so surreals
So
on Reels.
surreals. It's
Surreals on
unreals.
Reels channel.
Surreals.
There's just so many puns with Reels. We're gonna keep them coming
I
all
know.
Keep
day.
them coming.
I can't help it. All right, so that was so fun. We started off with the season with a bang, and episode 2
Whoa.
was
Oh, hello, episode 2.
I don't know where to begin with this. I guess we'll begin at the beginning.
Yeah, let's go.
Corn on the cob and 3 teeth.
You can't eat corn on the cob when you only have 3 teeth. You should get
He
a
did.
knife. You stick a fork in one and you cut it
off the
off.
side like you do with the baby.
Yeah.
He was doing pretty well for himself, though.
Okay, I was so scared that we were gonna get them snapped off, but I guess it doesn't really matter because you might as well snap them all off.
Did
It
it
looks
like
a-
hurt me watching that?
Yeah.
When I was just like, I knew that Paul, was going through some stuff with his mouth issues. But the fact
Well, how did you know that?
Well, because
Just by looking, or?
well, they called me. They needed a recommendation for a dentist, and
That
and-
dentist office, by the way, was like a beautiful place
Yes.
within
Yes.
itself.
How much was
Yes.
that to get all your teeth taken out and then get them put
It
back
was,
on?
it was
veneers. Was it?
It was $1 million.
Was it
but,
veneers?
Yeah, he got $1 million smile.
Was it veneers though? Is that what it was?
I believe he did get yes, he got veneers.
Veneers.
Yeah.
Oh
Because
my
you can
God.
either go down the route that Mema went down, which is where you have the pull out
Yeah.
denture, or you get the actual.
I got one of my own.
But
But
got
Mema
a
was
great-
and then you'll see there is the other option of getting the grill, which we'll talk about later.
She said she doesn't need a grill.
very, very good option as well.
She's a grilled out.
We never knew there were so many options for people who were missing teeth.
Well, she doesn't. Honestly, did you see the way she eats corn on the cob? How fast she ate it with that thing?
Yes.
How does that thing stay in her mouth?
Mema eats corn on the cob. It's like Mario Andretti's mouth. She's
Unbelievable.
literally
I
wanna get
twisting
here-
the whole thing.
We gotta get her to eat wings, because have you ever seen those people who can eat the wings like in one thing? They put a wing in their mouth and they pull it out and there's no
Yes.
meat on it. I
Yes.
bet she could do that.
You want to vomit here on the AfterBuzz table?
No,
right
I
now?
think I'd be impressed. I would bow down to the wing eater. But she
She
eats the
is
corn
good.
really well. She's very good. And I just have to say about Paul, is he quiet, or is it just compared to the rest of everybody that he's quiet?
He's-
Because he's a man of few words, and he makes me laugh
When he
more than
looked into the
anybody
camera.
sometimes.
At
It's
the
a
dentist.
very,
He's like,
very, it's a very amazing talent when you can make a whole room laugh
Yeah,
with
by
just a
saying
look.
nothing.
Yeah.
You
He
know?
looked into the camera. I couldn't believe that with the dentist when
Yeah.
they were saying the thing about the crystal meth. Didi's like,
He's like grabbing Dee's butt though. It's unbelievable
awesome.
because I'm guessing he's like kind of high on some sort of dentist-y drugs.
Yeah.
And he's like being himself a little more, and he's like grabbing Dee's butt and being all sexual. She's like, I like it like that. And I remember last season with the bedroom pictures.
Yeah.
yes, the boudoir
Yeah,
shoot.
but, oh my God.
Poor Gretchen. Who knows what happened in that bedroom at that house?
Oh.
They may be fumigating for months after this. I'm not 100%
The
sure.
termite bed, that big thing they put when they have termites, that big striped thing they put in the front of the house.
Yes, we're tenting the house. No, they and it's funny because Dee Dee actually took Gretchen's room.
Okay.
So
Oh,
I want
okay.
you to think about that,
I
Gretchen
did.
Bonaducci. I want you to think and remember what I just said when you move back
Sorry,
in.
Gretchen.
I honestly, if anything's wrong with that, Dee can always come stay with me in my room. She's more than welcome with
You have a
me.
big house now. I know.
Listen, you're
What
all
do
good.
we-
You're living with that.
I love it. Can you tell us
This
a
is
little
it.
bit about the current state? So the last thing we saw was that Paul was proposing to Dee
Yes.
with the donut.
With the donut and the ring, but
and
he
the,
did
and
he
the,
did
and the
have a
ring,
donut,
but
yeah.
more romantically, the donut.
Well, part of what you're going to see in season 2 is the adventure into the planning of a wedding.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
We're
look,
wedding planning, baby.
look. I know we saw a lot, like Kim Kardashian, the wedding, and all this stuff, but you haven't seen a wedding on
Yeah.
television till a couple of hillbillies get married.
Yep.
I'm so
Okay.
sorry. We're gonna. I thought you said last season we were the Flower Girls.
Yeah. Oh, we're
Is
holding you
something
to
wrong?
our word.
Are you once again? I just feel like this is all a lie.
I can't tell
I'm-
you.
you know what?
But I want to tell you. I can't.
That was my Hanukkah gift. I thought.
Oh,
No.
your Hanukkah gift.
Is that? Did you get a gift?
We're celebrating Persian Hanukkah this year, so the gifts come next year.
Oh,
Okay.
perfect.
Well, then we'll have to postpone the wedding
We're
for
totally
an extra year.
screwed. We're not the flat. We're out.
Perfect.
You haven't seen The Way We Throw Flowers.
I know. Okay, so they
Looks
right
violent.
now, we see this season, they are preparing to get married. Are we going to see any more donuts in appearance? Because
Oh, you'll see a donut, all right, but I don't know if it'll be involved in the wedding. I mean,
I think in
Not
the
all-
goodie bags. That's what we need in our goodie bag.
we got donut holes and
Holes?
holes.
Oh my God! Now that Dunkin' Donuts is coming to the West
Oh,
Coast, we
yeah.
should introduce them.
Yeah. Have you ever been to Dunkin' Donuts?
Of course I have.
Okay.
It's our
I
East
was
Coast
making
love,
sure, 'cause-
and they're coming here.
I knew I
mean,
liked you. I knew
I'm
it.
part of Mensa, okay? Like,
Fine. Fine. Whatever.
Anyway.
Okay, so when we see, did anybody else feel when you saw the moment where, just going back to the dentist, after Paul has his surgery, he does not open his mouth for like 5 minutes, and you're just waiting and
Yeah.
waiting. You're like, oh my God, what happened?
Well, because
What
have you ever
happened?
gotten surgery like that? It's
Well,
like
he
you're a
was
chipmunk.
in
You can't
pain.
open it.
Yeah, but he's
Yeah.
like,
He's like,
he was in pain.
and then he does a smile, and then she kisses him. He's like, I can't feel it. Come back. I can't feel it. Come back for more.
very
Come back for more."
sexual.
Very sexual. Like you guys
He
said,
loves
I
her.
think we're gonna get a lot more
Paul.
of him.
Paul loves Dee Dee.
He's more comfortable
Dee
with the
Dee
cameras
loves
this
Paul.
season.
Is he-
Do you think that? Do you think he's more
Oh, for
comfortable?
sure. I mean, from the moment that I met Paul, you know, and we remember that first moment when they all came in my office. I mean, I had, you know, I become very close to him. He's a really funny sweetheart of a guy, really smart.
Yeah.
You know, but he's got this very awkward, dark sense of humor, and he's just a good guy. He's just a cool dude.
was Paul the one that knew Ray J from
No,
the
he knew
bowling
Short.
alley? Oh, you know, Too
He knew Short,
from the,
yeah.
from the bowling alley.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
you know, Paul goes back with Too Short many years.
Many,
you know,
many
they're-
years, many centuries
they're
ago.
OGs.
Unbelievable. He knows him way better than you know him.
Shit, I don't even know that guy. I represented him for 10 years. I didn't even know him. He's
What you know about Too Short?
Mr. Bowler, Mr. World Class Bowler. I didn't know that.
Do we get to see Too Short at all? Are we gonna get? No, we can't.
You're gonna find out.
We'll have to stay tuned.
You know, Too Short's gonna be back.
Good. Yeah.
Good.
And I
We're
felt like
getting
he
a
had
Ray
a
J.
special relationship with Mema. Like when they were talking about the grills like last
Oh, yeah.
But
season. Like,
not
I felt
as
like they had a
special.
moment.
Not
Yeah.
as special as Evan.
No, not as special. But
Oh,
should we talk,
God.
Wait, should we skip first? We talk
What?
about the Ray J and Yuck Mouth. And
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Should we talk about that
well,
first?
yeah. Let's get
Save
into
the
that.
Evan romance for a second?
Let's save Evan for
Okay.
last.
Because
Okay.
he's too jealous. He doesn't want to talk about it yet. We know.
Yeah.
David's all jealous.
Just,
I know.
but
I
it's
knew. You
only because
secretly
I'm
have a
just
crush
so
on Mema.
excited to have Evan Bogart in this show with me. This is my little bro that I grew up
Yeah,
with.
explain your relationship with him.
Okay, Evan, and I've known Evan since I was like 9 years old. We went to Hebrew school together. Okay, so
Barakatah.
yeah, so Evan actually, his family kind of inspired me to go into the music business. Evan is the son of Neil Bogart, who was like one of the biggest record company owners ever. Justin Timberlake is currently playing his dad in the biopic about Evan's
No
Evan's
way.
family. Yeah. So Evan grew up in this very powerful music family, but you know, his family like welcomed me in. And I got to see my first glimpse of the music business through that family, and they actually helped me get my first job at Interscope Records.
No
So
way.
so I owe a lot to Evan.
Full circle.
And Evan has just been like a brother to me. We had our bar mitzvahs together. We went
No
to Hebrew
way.
school together. Like and it's weird because Evan had a lot. We always had different jobs together. Like at one point, like I was an agent and Evan was a manager. At one point, Evan was a producer and I was a manager. So we've always had projects that we worked on together where we had different roles. And then after Evan, well, let me tell you one thing. Evan discovered Eminem. Flat out, ask anyone, ask
So,
Dr. Dre, ask anyone.
I was gonna say Dr. Dre at that.
Well, how did it get to Dr. Dre?
Okay, so
How does somebody get to? How does it get there?
It's
That
like
makes
Bieber- it's like
Evan went
Bieber
to the
and Usher.
Rap
yeah.
Olympics and he got a demo. And I was working at Death Row Records. Evan was working at Interscope, and he got this demo. He went to this thing called the Rap Olympics, and it was the Eminem, basically the pre EP. It had like 6 songs on it.
It's amazing to me because I'm the biggest Eminem fan of like. all
And
of
yeah.
them.
Evan shows up at my house like 2 days after, and he goes, he's like, dude, listen to this, and I'm like, okay, cool, and you know we're working with all these hip hop artists, whatever, and I'm like, who is this guy? Because I'm like blown away.
Now, by hearing him, did you think he was black?
Of course.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Of
no, I
course.
was just wondering.
So at the end, he's like, dude, he's white.
Like white.
And he's like, and guess what? I played it for Dre, and I'm getting them a deal.
That's
I was
amazing.
like, it was just crazy.
We gotta get Eminem
See, we
with
would
Michael.
Can we get Evan in here too?
can.
He's like
Yeah.
a
We
legend, and no one knows that because I never heard anybody that actually knew that story.
But what's weird is
he
he did all these things, like he discovered these people, but then now he's written all these, you know, he's written 10 #1 songs. He wrote for Beyonce, Rihanna, you know.
Yeah, and I thought that he had. I'm just gonna jump in and talking because we're still talking
Yeah.
about him. I thought he had one of the most poignant moments of the episode when he's talking about Michael. Tell me your life story a little bit because we're
Mm-hmm.
going on this gingerbread track. And he's like,
Yeah.
tell me your life story. And Michael says, listen, my mom passed away, and then my dad walked out on us, and Evan, I don't know how you phrase things like this so that you sound like a good guy still, but he's like, all right, I really appreciate what you just said, but I don't really know how we can work that in and then say, and yay for gingers, you know? And
well,
I just thought that
it's so true.
Smart. It's so smart. You can't, so many people try to load every single thing in their life into one song or one moment. And it's like, you know what? The gingerbread man doesn't quite go with, this is what happened in my family life.
Right. Because that's another song.
Yes,
you know what I mean? And
He's
that's
looking
about
at all in one. I'm scared there's never going to be another one. Let's get it all in. And
so he says you take that emotion and you know, and then you run with that and you bring it in to make more layers to this song, but you don't take the actual story. So it just showed me that he really knew what he was doing. Obviously, his work speaks for itself, but he seems like a really smart guy. And I'm not the only one who thinks that he's awesome, because Mema
sure did.
Yeah.
Mema almost had like an I hit it first moment with Evan Bogart.
Oh, yeah.
What did he say? I think he started it with a wink.
With the wink.
No. She walked in and she's like, "Hey there, handsome."
Oh yeah, she said you look like a really good. I could tell you're really warm.
And I love
You're
Evan,
warm,
and I love
she
Evan,
said.
and I just knowing him for so long, and he's like not even looking, and he's like on his phone. He's like, she's like, "Hey, handsome," and he's like, He has this crazy look, and for me, it's just like I know this kid so well, so I know everything that he's thinking, I'm like, I have now brought the Hollywood Hillbillies into his $2 million studio to go and like go through this. I'm like, he's either gonna love me or hate me, and luckily he loved it.
Okay, so be honest with us.
Yeah.
You talked to Evan afterwards, and he said, "What about Michael?"
Evan saw Michael as a diamond in the rough, and somebody that if with the right polishing and the right teaching, he could show him how to do it. And luckily Michael embraced Evan's teachings. Evan's worked with so many artists, and he knows how to like. You know, he's got to be real. Like, you know what's so funny is too, the day that we were shooting, Evan went from Michael's session to Madonna.
No.
Yeah. So he's
tough life.
It's like okay, well that's what you're doing, and we get it. But he still has the same heart. I mean, look, he did it, you know, partially as a favor for our relationship.
Right.
But if I believe in it enough, he's gonna believe in me.
Right.
And that's how our business relationship has always been for the last 15 years.
Well, you've done that a lot with Michael. You've brought in Ray J, you've brought in Too Short, and these people just really trust you, so they know that you're not going to show them.
Now, somebody needs to explain that to Mema, because Mema keeps questioning why we keep having opportunities, and the reason why we have opportunities is because I am putting my name on the line for the Sun, with people that are veterans who make shit happen, and that's why we have it.
Absolutely.
So we got to remember that, Mema.
It's funny to me because, like you were saying before, people don't know that Evan found Eminem. People, your name is getting dropped here because she's not putting the pieces together. Like, you are the one who is doing this. You are the one.
Somebody's got to pick up the phone and say, "Hey, there's the ginger who needs help making a song."
Right.
Okay, and then it's like, well, who's the ginger? Or why should we, oh, he's got a TV show? Oh, well, I don't know. That's kind of a jokey thing. No, it's not a jokey thing. The kid has a heart. He's got story. He's got some stuff he wants to talk about.
Right.
Help us mold this and shape it. I don't write songs, but you know what I know how to do? Broker deals.
Well, even
and that's what I do.
But the most successful actors, singers, people, especially with actors, if they are typecast into something, like Jennifer Aniston always is in the same types of movies.
Yeah.
You know, Kramer, like he's like a character actor. There's just certain people that have a certain type, and
You're like Ashley Daniels.
yeah,
Italian,
Ashley Daniels,
like,
you know, wannabe Jew, you know. But for him, I feel like I love you. I love you.
Okay.
We love you. Okay. So for him, you feel like
what I was saying was with him, I feel like he has this ginger thing that he at first is kind of trying to steer away from.
Right.
But he's gonna realize that is the key for people remembering and distinguishing him amongst all the other people that I'm sure are already trying to mimic him.
Well, that's what
true.
David kept saying, and I really agreed with his point. As much as you don't want to be typecast like that, you can't alienate your fans. These people, I saw that Michael
he
tweeted
wanted to
this
do
week.
that. He wanted to do the love song, and I'm
Right,
like, dude,
like
you
a
can't
romance
start
song.
with a love song,
Right,
bro.
You can have
It's
it
like
as
a rock
one
band.
of 10 tracks.
You're
a
not,
rock band's talking about.
you're not Robin Thicke. Like, you got to come out.
exactly.
You got to come out funny, and then we get serious.
Absolutely,
Right.
and I saw that Michael tweeted, I think it was Copper Cab tweeted 2 days ago saying that his video reached 100 million views.
Yeah. Well, no, that's his channel.
Or his
channel just hit 100 million.
100 million. So how you could not realize you have a huge fan base.
Yeah.
cater to them a little bit, you know. Then once you build up this, you've done this, you can kind of branch off and do what you want to. You can write your romance song, you can write about your parents, you can write about whatever it is you want to write about. But right now you have this amazing fan base. Give them what they want because they're working for you. You know, they're rooting for you.
When we were sitting in the studio before I introduced him to Evan, and we were sitting there talking about, you know, the song, and we were saying he's got to go get that gingerbread. We were like, ooh, get that gingerbread. Like that, there's something there. Like, that sounds like something cool. And it's a little bit more adult. It's not, you know, it's jokey, but it's funny.
It's cute and clever. And
it's catchy. And I think kids and adults would listen to it because it's something like kids would be like, gingerbread, like that's fun. And then adults would be like, oh yeah, I really like this track. Like this guy's so funny or whatever. Like it's not.
It reminds me of when I was 13 going to all the bat mitzvahs, and there's like these songs and you sing them out loud and you kind of like bump and grind to them and you don't even really know. That's what it reminds me of.
You know what? I'm starting to...
You were pretty perverted back then with all your bumping and grinding on the bar mitzvah scene.
So is it very common?
I just might have been.
Well, is it very common to share? Well, what's the guy one? The bat mitzvah?
Bar.
So you had a bar mitzvah with a friend. Is that common?
I had a bris when I was
What's
6 months old.
Oh, is that the chopping?
And then I had a bar mitzvah when I was 13. And I'm actually going in for a second bris next year.
It grew back?
Can I say one thing?
What?
Do you guys know that orange is the new ginger? Do we know that?
Haha, I'll take it.
I know how to say orange in Spanish.
How?
Naranja.
No, it's naranja.
Okay.
And Spanish is not the new Ashley.
I'm trying to feel.
Although she can be Spanish, she's a Spanish Jew, Italian.
Please, all day long, people like, are you this? Are you this? Are you this? I'm like,
yes, I am.
Leave me alone, please. But I really wish I had.
You're you. Don't ever change.
Thanks.
All right,
okay?
that's coming from me.
I won't. Ever. Tell me more.
I don't know.
All right.
Where are we?
All right, we're on to the. Okay, so we're on to the car.
Yes.
Okay, what the hell?
I'm sad. You know, they didn't tell me that they were doing that to that car, and I want you guys to remember going back to season 1.
Yeah.
Who paid for them?
You know, I own $400 worth of that car. Okay.
The car
so I better get like a
impounded.
seat, a glass, something like.
I just think it's hilarious that Mema I feel like Mema in a sense, if she sees you driving a nice car, which I know you drive a really nice car, I've seen it. I think that she thinks.
Look at you, fancy schmancy.
Fancy schmancy. I feel like she's thinking, okay, if David's driving it, I should be driving it. In a sense, she kind of thinks like she needs you. She wants your life style. Yeah. Wants your lifestyle, and you know she's kind of dreaming for that. Right. Exactly. Right. I know. Right.
No, she's on her way there.
But for any car in the world, I mean, I don't know if anybody else noticed, but like I didn't actually notice that this car was, what is it really called?
It's a hearse.
A hearse.
Oh, the hearse. Yeah.
I didn't know it was that. I just saw it
not to be confused with a hearse, as they said. A hearse. It's a hearse.
Yeah.
It actually was an ambulance.
Like, and then they're like, is it Hershey?
It was an ambulance, but it was a funeral. They put the things in the back.
Well, it started off as an ambulance, and then it became a hearse, and now it's becoming the Hollywood Hillbillies automobile.
I'm confused. It said
it's like
ambulance
the
in the sticker on the side, but what do you mean it was an ambulance? Like,
well, that was like an old school ambulance from the 50s. Like,
wow. I was just waiting for da-na-na-na.
Not everybody had conversion vans. Okay, it's not easy.
It was very very creepy. It was very Addams Family.
We need to do a Pimp My Ride episode on this hearse. That's what we need. Some sort of...
Or a car wash.
It may be coming.
Oh, my.
It may be coming.
Or a car wash.
All I got to say is that car is going to be sick.
Does it smell bad? Have you been in it?
You know, I'm more of a guy that stands around it. I don't really ride in it.
It doesn't have new car smell in it? No new car smell?
Yeah, I'm
you
more
can get the new car smell, the little ones that you can dangle in there. You can maybe fix it up.
We're actually going to light some 10 sticks of Nag Champa and air it out a little bit.
God.
Do some healing, praying for it. And
I need the shaggy cushions. It's got to be like a pimp mobile.
Well, what about Mema saying her knees were touching her nose basically because it's so low? So maybe you get her some good cushions.
Yeah, but that happened in the rolls too. So I don't know if that's going to be that different.
But what about those furry steering wheels? You think she'd like that?
That'd be dope.
Like a hot pink one or
That'd
something?
Be dope.
Yeah. She might like that.
Can we borrow yours? Do you have one?
I do. Actually.
You know it all too well.
I do. Yep. She has lime green. I have hot pink.
Okay,
we'll switch off.
What about this car? Why was Johnny like, this is the car?
Because Johnny is a retro dude. Johnny's got a lot of cars too. Johnny's got a fleet. You know, Johnny's
like
got
Jay Leno fleet, or
well, not that big, but he's got a bunch of old school
You
cars.
mean back home?
Back home.
Oh.
He fixes them up. He gets them ready. He flips them. He does a whole bunch of stuff with cars. So he knew that this thing, if he got it, this would be something that he could turn into something really cool.
Okay.
So that was the point.
I'm excited because I believe in him, and I think he sees, beyond what we all see.
Well, as Michael said, he once fixed a VCR with a turkey leg and some bacon grease. So,
I don't think he was kidding there either.
I don't think so either.
I'm pretty positive that's a true story.
Yeah.
We're gonna get it out of him.
Yeah.
When he comes in.
Yes.
What was the last part when she says Mema's last line? She goes, "See you in hell, bitch."
Yeah.
That was probably the
I encourage her to say that.
best line of this both
Speaking
episodes.
of that,
it really was, because she went
Amazing.
so hard. She was like, "See you in hell, bitch." That was like almost like a too short bitch. It was like a bitch. She went right in there.
It was
Crazy.
We need to get her a grill.
I know.
We really do.
We really do. But
Well,
And
yeah.
us. We both need grills too. Just so you know. If you want to add that
Add
to the
that
list.
to the list.
Yeah,
Put that down. I was
Here,
thinking the
add it
Mema
on your list.
one-liners.
There we go.
With the Mema one-liners, what I'm loving though that you're doing, I don't remember this last year before the commercial break when they say like she'll make up a story.
Oh yeah, that's in that.
And then they all say, "No, we don't. What are you talking about? We got to do something to keep them watching."
That's
I'm
new.
like,
We're getting fancy over here.
I'm loving that.
Now that we're back for season 2, we're getting fancy. The
Yeah.
editing's getting fancy. Be excited, everybody.
I mean, I can't wait for the rest of the season. I need to get some like news out of you. What happens? Like, how do I prod this out of you?
Yeah.
You can tie me up. No,
Yeah. I mean,
We gotta
work
know.
on it. We'll
We
work
need
on
some
it.
spoilers.
I might like it though, but
yeah, we do need some spoilers. Well, can you tell us anything about
Yeah.
next week's episode? Anything at all? And are there 2 or
no,
one
there's
next
gonna be
week?
one next
Okay.
week. And next week, next week is really about making the song.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So Evan and Michael get back, and I think they really like. I don't know exactly what it is, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be all that story.
That's awesome.
So
All
and
right.
just know, they make a hit. They make a flat out hit.
And you guys should really keep tuning in because we are, as David says, he's coming right from you. We're gonna
Yeah.
have all of them in at some point.
I will get them here. I make a promise,
From
and
the
that's
mouth
because
of a
they're
man.
here, and we're getting them in. AfterBuzz, Kevin, Maria, you know they're gonna be here, so we'll fumigate after, but we'll take care of it now.
Damn right.
All right.
I love it. Well, where can we find you, lovely people?
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Roxy Striar.
You can find me on MySpace at You can actually I am on Twitter at DWE Talent, and I am on Instagram at DZgram007. DEEZYGRAM 007.
And I'm at Miss Ashley Daniels on Twitter and Instagram and Match.com. I mean, wait, no, not Match.com. Michael, you have my heart.
You mean JD?
You're on AshleyMadison.com.
I wish I was
She's on J-Day.
Jewish.com. Ashley. We will see you next week.
Woo!
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Bye.
See you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.